There's a planet where it rains glass sideways.
Rains glass.
Sideways.
All right, audience, so here's how this works. This is the true-false round. Bethy gives us 5, kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not to be confused with 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, like some people on some other channels tend to count. 5 questions. They're true or false. We have 3 minutes for her to give us the question, and then we debate it. And then we lock in whether or not we're true or false. Now, I will warn you, Lindsey, that Beth is a beast when it comes to this. She likes her trickery.
Okay.
These questions are very often out of left field.
Okay.
So good luck. Because she's vowed to make us look bad because Michael and I went 5 for 5 one time.
Michael has started accruing a list of rules for the true-false round.
Yes. One of the rules is if it's from the 16th century and it's stupid, it must be true. So.
Don't disagree there.
All right. You ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Go, Bethy.
Komodo dragons can track injured or dead prey from miles away using their tongues. True or false?
I like that as a true.
See, yeah,
I do know that the tongues are used for sensory purposes, and miles away wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Any kind of like lizard, dragony creature and tongue related stuff I generally assume is true. Just because that's often what they use that for.
But the Komodo dragon specifically, see, this is where she can trick us.
Yeah.
It won't be the Komodo dragon. It'll be some other lizard. Or it'll, be the Komodo dragon. Not the Komodo or something stupid. Because that's what she does. But I think it's plausible.
Does the Komodo dragon use a bidet?
Yes.
Okay.
It does. Absolutely. That's a shitty question.
The wordplay. Oh,
All right, so
well done.
look, I think this is plausible as
Yeah,
true
definitely.
because that is a function of what they do. That's why lizards are always sticking out their tongues and stuff. That's where a lot of the sensory data comes from. So I don't see a reason to doubt it. I would lock in as true. I know we've got a minute and a half more to debate it, but I'm not sure I need it. Do you?
I don't think I need it, and I think I'm too curious to find out one way or another. So I'll lock in as true.
All right. Are we right?
It is true.
Yay.
Komodo dragons use a forked tongue to collect airborne scent particles, which are processed through a specialized sensory organ called the Jacobson's organ. It allows them to detect carrion and injured prey from miles away. They rely heavily on scent tracking, similar to snakes. So good on you, Lindsey. Making them far more sophisticated hunters than they appear.
All right.
The Jacobson organ.
Jacobson's organ.
Organ.
No doubt discovered by somebody by the last name of Kemmler or something.
Right. It's probably
That's how
a
that
dead
stuff
giveaway
always
who
worked.
discovered that.
Yeah. All right. Number
All right.
2?
Yep.
All right, let me reset the clock. Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Humans only use about 10% of their brains.
So that is something that is popularly believed, but I
Yeah.
also believe it to be false. I don't think we use all of it, but I think the 10% number has been popularized in media and pop culture and stuff, but it is not correct.
I agree.
I believe it to be more.
I agree. I think not all of the brain is firing all at once. We're not always using 100% of it, but there isn't a part of the human brain that sits unused for most of the population. I think we see folks on TCF that definitely leave parts of it unused. No, I don't think 10%.
Don't make fun of your host like that.
Not you I'm talking about. No. I think 10% seems awfully low and maybe to a point that wouldn't sustain. the function, like the life form that the brain is supposed to support.
Can you reread the question, please?
Yeah.
Yes. Humans only use about 10% of their brains.
Okay. There's a difference between brain and brain capacity.
That's true.
The phrasing there, I think, uses only 10% of the brain would be false. But I think you could make an argument that they use 10% of the brain capacity. Because, again, just look at people that we watch on the other channel.
Yeah.
And stop making fun of your host. But
You just make fun of yourself there.
I do.
You just did
You
that.
stepped in it.
No, but I think for me that's just in the way the question is phrased. I think you could make an argument for a low percentage of brain capacity, but at some point, as you pointed out, Lindsay, different parts of the brain are going to be firing at different times, so the whole brain should be in use at some point.
Yeah. Like there's a certain percentage that is just keeping the basic functions online. It's, triggering heartbeats, it's triggering the reflex to breathe. But are we always engaging the language part? Are we always engaging, short and long-term memory parts? Those are different pieces. Muscle reactions.
I mean, when we get off to brain capacity, then we're talking about the difference between people like us and people who watch us who are inquisitive and thoughtful versus NPCs.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
So I'm locked in as a false. You, Lindsay?
I'm going to agree.
All right.
Agree
False.
with Dan or
Agree with
that
Dan.
the statement is true? Okay.
Agree with Dan. False.
All right. Tell us we're right.
The answer is false. You're
Yeah.
doing really good, Lindsay. All of
Thank you.
the way you're picking apart everything, it's like straight out of my notes. I think she somehow hacked into my computer. Anyway,
Me.
the 10% brain idea is a longstanding myth. Brain imaging shows that even simple tasks activate multiple regions across the brain. We use nearly all parts of our brain over the course of a normal day, just not all at the same time. If we only use 10%, basic functioning, like Lindsay said, wouldn't be possible.
So
There we go.
So yeah, you picked it apart perfectly, Lindsay, and I also think I was right in picking out that the it wasn't phrased as brain capacity.
Yes.
Because honestly, then I think it's a totally different question.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really good unlocking it of just the physical brain.
Yep. Interesting. All right, we're 2 for
we go.
2. Yay. On to number 3. Ready?
Me? Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's
Are
go.
you ready?
Yeah, do it.
There's a parasite that can manipulate an animal's behavior to make it more likely to be eaten.
Say that again.
There's a parasite that can manipulate an animal's behavior to make it more likely to be eaten.
Okay, I heard it as mimic first,
Nope.
but you said manipulate.
Manipulate.
Okay, you might have said it wrong. I might have heard it wrong. I don't know. But
If that's not true, then that is
yes.
a really good premise for a horror movie.
I believe it to be true. I know there are parasites that can get in the brain that basically they can turn certain animals into put them into like zombie mode,
Yeah.
and they can make them do behaviors that they wouldn't normally do. I think there's one that gets into rats that like drives the rat towards its predator or something like that. Yeah. Actually, it comes down to cats. What's the thing with cats? Plasmotoximosis. Yeah, where
You're
when
close.
When you're pregnant, you can't. Whatever it's called. I believe that gets into rats and like dumbs them down, rats or mice, and dumbs them down and makes it easier for the cats to get them.
The
It's
only
something
thing
to
that
that
gives
effect.
me pause on this is ultimately the parasite is invading the host for its own benefit. So what would the parasite benefit from the host being killed? Like how would the parasite benefit if the host is killed? That's the only
Well, if
thing
that's
that's
the
giving me a
parasite's
little
mission.
bit pause. Right. But ultimately the parasite is looking to reproduce within or strengthen itself to reproduce within its host. So what is the end game if if it just drives you to be more easily killed.
Unless
you're
infecting
the next victim along the way. Like, it's
that
just
could be, or it needs that dead flesh to multiply upon.
That's true. That's true. This is nightmare fuel.
Right?
I'm gonna have a hard time with this one. I'll just falling asleep tonight. Huh.
She'll report back not next week, but on Wednesday with what her dreams were.
When I
Right.
jump on the pre-show tomorrow, I didn't sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna lock in as true on this one. I believe it to be a real thing.
It's so bizarre. It has to be. Either that or she pulled out a horror movie presence and went like, "Hey, let's say." I'm gonna say it's true.
All right. You said true also, Dan.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You guys are on fire tonight, by the way.
That's terrifying.
Toxoplasma gondii. Toxoplasma gondii is a parasite that infects many warm-blooded animals but can only reproduce inside cats. When it infects rodents, it alters their fear response, reducing their instinct to avoid cat odors and sometimes even attracting them to the scent. This increases the chance the rodent is eaten, allowing the parasite to complete its life cycle inside the cat, and it thus can be released through the cat again and again. It's the same organism that affects or causes toxoplasmosis, which is what Dan was trying to get at, which is why pregnant women are often advised to avoid handling cat litter. In healthy adults, infection is usually mild or asymptomatic, but the parasite's behavior effects in animals has made it one of the most studied examples of biological manipulation in nature.
Wow.
And cute little Ellie is sleeping right next to my feet right now, and there's just all this murder going on inside of her as she lays there all cute.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it was the cat thing.
Yeah, you were honest with the cat thing. And that's a good call with the end.
And her talking about the life cycles and
but
yeah. So it needs to be drawn back to the cat so that it can continue on.
Interesting.
I just remember when you were pregnant for Eli that I had to do all the cat chores.
You did.
And then go and rub my hands all over you when I was done. All right. Well, that was good. All right, so we're on number 4 now?
Yeah, and you
All
guys
right.
haven't missed one yet.
All right.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Nope.
All right, go. Number 4.
Shaving hair makes it grow back thicker and darker.
False.
False.
What
That
happens
was an
is
old
you're
wives'
merely-
tale told by old wives that had a couple of beard hairs.
Yeah. The hair might appear to grow back thicker because it was cut at a thick part when you scrape it at the surface, but the actual mechanism of growing itself is not impacted.
Yeah, if anything, I think it has the opposite effect. At least judging from my own. Hair's weird. I have hair every place where I don't need it now, and no place where I do. That's how hair works, but it doesn't grow in thicker or darker, more tree-like.
Yeah.
I don't think we need any time on this at all. I'm totally false,
Locked
yeah?
in, false.
Yep.
Now, I will say, just quickly before I reveal, as a blurb, Dan, you have actually gone out of your way to try to dismiss the beauty trends of girls that shave their faces because you're like, they're going to grow a beard. I'm just throwing that out there. You have actually said that out loud.
I'm playing into the whole idea. It doesn't mean I believe it.
Okay.
Although I do have a problem with women shaving.
Okay. Their face or
Yes.
anywhere?
No, not
Okay.
anywhere. Please, don't stop. Please, I'm begging you.
I was like, otherwise I've grossly misinterpreted things.
That leg you broke when you finally got to shave it, and it took you an hour and a half. I'm just saying, don't ever go back there again.
Yeah. My leg hair was as long as yours.
Love
Anyway.
you.
Okay. The answer is false.
Yay.
Shaving does not change the thickness, color, or growth rate of hair. When hair grows back after being shaved, it may feel coarser because the blunt tip is exposed, like Lindsey said, but the structure of the hair follicle remains unchanged. The hair only appears thicker, but it really isn't.
Yep.
There you go.
You're better off tweezing if you have stray rather than shaving them.
Yeah. I just don't like the optics of it. I never want to walk into the bathroom and find my wife with a razor to her face. I don't ever want to see that. It can't happen. We'll get that stuff lasered off or something. We'll figure it out. But I'm just saying. But the good news is you don't have that problem. So, all right. Number 5.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Go.
There's a planet where it rains glass sideways.
Rains glass.
Sideways. Oh, I didn't get glasses thrown at me tonight. I was hoping.
Rains glass sideways.
So, sideways.
Yes.
This sounds like something we would see on Uranus.
The glass, I believe, it's the sideways that's giving me pause. Just like
Great
how...
Granny is asking you to repeat.
There's a planet where it rains glass sideways.
I think that planet is Uranus. Could be Neptune, but I'm thinking Uranus. Because Uranus is weird. Uranus is the one that doesn't spin
it spins
this
on its
way.
side.
It spins this way.
But would
So
that
it's already
still impact,
weird.
Would it still impact, if you think of an atmosphere and things falling from the atmosphere, would that...
Yeah.
Would that...
And it's probably not technically glass. It's some kind of silica. But yeah, I got to lean true on that one.
It's so bizarre, it has to be true.
Because I can't think of a reason for it not to be. I wouldn't be... Look, it's not happening on Mercury. Venus has sulfurs and stuff like that. I don't...
No.
And it's not sideways. It's sideways wouldn't work on Venus because the atmospheric pressure there is super high. Everything's getting pulled down. By the time the Russian probes, when they got to the surface, eventually just like caught on fire and crushed under all the heat and pressure.
Right.
So not that. Obviously, well, not Earth today. Maybe tomorrow.
Not yet.
Mars, no. So it's got to be a gas.
Michael,
I'm
watch that
thinking
forecast
Uranus.
for us.
Yeah, Michael will let us know on that. I'm true.
I'm going to say true. It's...
We locked in?
Yeah, I locked in true.
Make us 5 for 5, Bethy.
Okay, it is true. But the first thing I'm going to say, Dan, is you were limiting yourself when you were thinking it was a planet from our galaxy. A planet doesn't have to be from our galaxy.
Well, to be honest with you, I was thinking it might have been from someplace else, but I was trying to ground my logic in what we had locally.
Okay. So exoplanet HD 189733b is located 64
name.
I know, right? 64 light years from Earth. It experiences extreme atmospheric conditions. Winds reach speeds of roughly 5,400 miles per hour, and the atmosphere contains vaporized silica particles. As these particles cool, they form tiny glass droplets that are blasted sideways through the atmosphere at incredible speeds.
You
Just
think
so
your
y'all
weather
know,
is bad.
Space is not OSHA approved.
No, it's not. So let me ask you this. How do we know that? Was this like data that was gathered from like the Hubble and just what we could see, or?
This was all gathered from NASA. Let me pull it up and see. I think it has a date on it.
I'm just curious how we found out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was from NASA. Hang on. I have a link. I just didn't put the date in my notes.
That feels like the kind of thing you go back to your coworkers and like, so I just found out on this planet, like it's raining sideways and it's raining glass, and they go, no, it's not. That can't be real.
It's raining glass. Hallelujah, it's raining glass.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, this doesn't give me a date.
That's
That was
okay.
actually from NASA's website. I have a couple other links. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm just curious how we found out.
Those can go out in the show notes. But wow. Wow.
That's all right. It's an excuse for people to sign up for the show notes. Again, if you
That's
haven't
true.
already, I'm going to drop a link right now to where you go. Go there and sign
Okay.
up for the show notes.
It was NASA, and they were using the Hubble telescope.
There you go.
And give me a date. Somewhere.
Well, it's the Hubble. Hubble was put up in the late 80s, early 90s, so recent. I was just curious.
The planet itself was discovered in 2005.
Okay. So
Okay,
fairly
so
recent.
it's fairly recent.
In 2007, Space Telescope measured the infrared light or heat from the planet. So, sometime after 2007.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you, Bethy.
You're welcome.
That was fun. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. In the Blind is a news show for Mike and me, and we'd really love it if you could hit the subscribe button, do a thumbs up, leave a comment. All of those things really help this channel get found by other people, so we'd really appreciate the support. Thanks so much.